All right, what's up, millionaires? Mitch Durfee here. I just wanted to jump on here real quick, and I wanted to share a couple suggestions for any of you out there that are trying to sell homes. For myself right now, we have 4 flip properties that are on the market currently. We have 3 here in South Florida, and we have 1 up in Ohio that we are trying to sell. Uh, Now, 3 of these 4 properties we have been under contract to sell. For asking price. One actually we were above asking price, and we had 2 offers on it. Anyways, multiple offers on these properties. The challenge is that right now, because of what's going on with this pandemic, that buyers are using, that they're afraid, the excuse that they're afraid to get into a house right now. So the challenge for us is that we are working with these buyers and they're putting these houses under contract. And then after about 10 days of their inspection period, they're backing out, saying that the excuse is this corona that's going on. But here's the thing, like, I truly believe that you can sell a house in any market. So even though we're still kind of like, we've had 3 of these houses under contract, we have 1 of them that's actually under contract right now, and we're trying to get the final inspection signed off like as ASAP right now. We're really putting some pressure on one of our agents to get that done, but it's still not at the finish line, right? So here are some of the things that maybe you can do if you're trying to sell your home, whether it's during this pandemic or if you're ever trying to sell your house and your house has been on the market for too long and you're just not able to sell it. Look, I get it. It's very frustrating. I can tell you myself that I would love to have these houses that we put under contract close. It's just right now at this point in time, we're just waiting for some other outside factors to make that possible. But again, I still believe that there are certain things that you can do to position your houses so that you can get them sold in any market. So here are the things that you can do if your house isn't selling. All right, number 1, wait to sell, right? So you may have listed your house in the winter when there isn't as many buyers that are looking. And when I say winter, I also mean like there are some outside effects, right? Like right now in the real estate world, we're heading into winter where people are not actually buying. Now, even though we're almost heading into June, I still say winter because winter is a season when people are not buying, right? For whatever reason it may be, they're not buying. So maybe you listed your house at the beginning of this pandemic, or maybe you listed it going into winter. Now, there are pros and cons to this, right? Your house is ready to sell, and the people that are buying in these markets are typically more serious buyers. They're moving, they've already had plans, they have to choose a house. So you would think that there would be more, they would be more committed to actually buying in winter. But right now, that's just maybe not the situation for you. So maybe waiting 30 days to put your house back on the market during a time when more sellers are more buyers are active in the market, are actually purchasing homes. So waiting to sell is one of the first strategies. The other strategy is that if you're not able to find someone to buy your house, think about maybe renting it or popping it on Airbnb to generate a little bit of passive income in the meantime, right? You may not be able to find renters that are willing to like cover your full mortgage, but it'll get you like past some of these periods in time. I know for myself right now, we're not really looking at renting because a lot of the properties, we still have enough built-in equity to be able to do a few other things that I'm going to share with you to get these things sold. But again, if you're in a situation where you can't cover the mortgages and instead of facing foreclosure, maybe put a tenant in there to cover some of your costs in the meantime while you wait for this market to turn around. Now, you don't have to rent it for a year. You can rent it for 3 months or 6 months, but just find maybe some grace period to get you through this time. One of the other things that I highly recommend is maybe you're working with the wrong agent. Look, I'm a licensed real estate agent, so I'm not really allowed to like kind of give out this information because it's kind of like this like code of ethics. But like if you hired an agent and they are not like, maybe they're not qualified, they're not skilled, they're going for this post and pray method, list it and leave it. I don't know if you've ever heard of these things, but there are a lot of agents out there in the real estate world. I would venture to say probably 90% of them are not your premium agents, right? The people that have experience, the people that have done over 100 transactions. A lot of these agents that are in the real estate world just got their license and they've never done a transaction, or maybe they've done 1 or 5 transactions, but again, they're not the skilled expert that you need. So it might be time for you to reevaluate whether or not your agent is qualified to get your home sold. Are they actually marketing it? Are they actually doing opening houses? Are they actually sending out emails inside their office to tell people about this property? Are they working with you to get the price adjustments? Are they, there are 1,000 things that agents can do to get your home sold. Are they just listing it and leaving it? If that's the case, and they're not even stopping by the house, checking up on it, giving you any feedback on things that you can do, maybe consider looking for a new agent. All right. The other thing, here's another thing that you can do to get your house sold. This is number 4, staging and new photos. Like, we flip a lot of houses, and a lot of the houses, we always try to sell them without staging them, because again, a lot of times we price these houses accordingly in hot markets. We're typically working with 3-bedroom houses, 2 baths, houses that are generally the standard house that's moving on the market at the time, and usually in markets that have offers within the first 30 to 45 days. So we try not to stage them, just because a lot of times we're able to sell the houses. Well, if you have no staging, no towels, no pictures on the wall or TVs or furniture or anything like that, maybe entertain the idea of actually spending a couple $1,000s to stage it. Even if you just get a couple, towels, white towels for the bathrooms, or maybe put a TV on the wall so they get the idea where the TV is. Maybe get one of those cheap bedroom sets or dresser sets. You can get those for a couple, $1,000, $1,500, and show them how to lay out the bedroom and the living room. Also, new photos, right? Depending on the time of year that you took the photos, maybe you took the photos in winter and there was snow on the ground. Well, you may have to reconsider taking new photos if it's been on the market for, say, 90 to 180 days, and you're in summer, or the foliage is coming in, and you have all these bright colored trees, or maybe you have some flowers out front that are blooming, right? So maybe consider taking some new photos. The other thing that super strategy that I like to use is I like to combine this number 4, staging with new photos, with number 5. And number 5 is sell it for less than market value, right? So even though your house is worth X, let's just say that number's $300,000. Well, if you have some equity in the house, maybe consider doing a price reduction. So this super tactic that really typically works to get houses sold, even in slower markets, is when you start to combine a few of these things, right? Like if you do a price adjustment and you do new photos, so that way you're reaching all the people that were looking at your house originally. Maybe you were just outside of their budget. Well, when you change the photo too, it actually shows up, with a price reduction. But people that have seen your house originally might go back and look at it again, because now there's a new photo that might catch their eye. So selling for less than market value, like making a steep price reduction, it's typically the last resort. I try really hard not to do these, but at the same time, depending on your motivation, if you're floating 2 different mortgages, if you're tired of paying all the bills, maybe doing a steep price reduction. Some of the houses that we have on the market right now, we have over $100,000 in built-in equity. So we could sell these houses. We could do a price reduction of $100,000 and still walk away with no money in our pocket. So we have some built-in equity. But again, at the end of the day, we don't want to give all that equity up. So doing a couple price reductions just to kind of jig the stick a little bit to get these buyers to put in some offers. But really, the only challenge that we're really having right now is these buyers that are backing out. It's just one of those things that it's that time of market, right? Buyers are concerned that they just don't know what's going to happen with their jobs, their careers, where they're going to live, if they're going to live. There's a lot of outside factors that are making some really difficult times for these buyers to actually buy. Now, again, a lot of the houses that we typically have multiple strategies when it comes to these investment properties, whether it is long-term rentals, right? We talked about that in I think that was number 2. So finding renters. If we ever get to a point where we don't want to sell these flips and free up the capital, we can always go to a rental model on these, or even Airbnb if we really wanted to. We could do as a price reduction. We could wait a few months, for the market to come back around. So there's always some different things that you can do when it comes to getting your house sold. But these 5 tips, I hope that these help you. If they have helped you at any point, if one of these things really stands out to you and said, that's a good idea, I have a house on the market that I'm trying to sell right now, well, just leave that in the comment section below, help me out here, or tag someone and let them know, hey, watch this video. Guys, I really appreciate you sticking to the very end of this video. Thank you so much for make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And I'm going to continue to post and share some of these different tips for you in the real estate world. Again, if you guys aren't already a member of our Real Estate Property Warriors group, there are over 1,300 real estate members in that group. I highly recommend you check it out. I'll drop a link below. And if you're watching this video and you know someone that's either a lender, they're in insurance, they're a real estate investor, a realtor, make sure you tell them about this group, guys. Real estate is more fun with friends, so make sure you invite your friends. All right, millionaires, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching this, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.